Hey everyone, my name's Kevin, the Apptrepreneur. Almost 4 years ago, I was unemployed and looking for work. My options were short, I didn't have any money, but I saw an ad for a company called Uber. And I did something that I never decided I would do. I decided to sign up for Uber and I started making money delivering people in my own personal vehicle. I also signed up for Lyft and DoorDash and Postmates, and before you knew it, I was officially part of the gig economy. I also started sharing my personal experiences on YouTube and then my thoughts on the industry, and well, here we are now. And I have to say, as long as I have been a member of the gig economy community, I have never seen it as rough as it is now. We are going through an unprecedented pandemic in which demand for gig work is in some ways higher than it's ever been, and in some ways lower than it's ever been. We are going through a time period where rates are as low as they can possibly be, and drivers are facing resistance from passengers who don't want to wear masks to, if we're being frank, the companies themselves. There are some bright spots on the horizon though. When the pandemic ends, it is actually projected that there will be more demand for gig work than ever before. And considering we have one of the highest unemployment rates out there right now, more and more people will be looking to gig work to supplement their income. As I said though, 4 years ago, this was a brand new thing. Now, rideshare, food delivery, it's all established, and we not only know the costs of these businesses, we also know the potential risks of actually being in these industries. Bottom line, while anyone can be a gig worker, most gig workers need a helping hand in various different aspects that you don't even think about until they actually happen. And that is where Kover comes into the picture. Kover is a new service that aims to help the gig workers in times of great crisis and need. For many gig workers, they don't think anything beyond getting out there, getting on the road, and getting a paycheck. But the reality is, there are so many other things you need to consider. For example, you need to consider accidents might actually happen. You need to consider what happens if you wind up hospitalized. You need to consider sometimes what happens if you get deactivated. And once you take these things into account, you have to consider what to do about sick leave and telehealth and a legal defense and tax deductions on all of these things. These are things that nobody wants to think about. Of course, we'd prefer that none of this happen, but the reality is Uber, Lyft, Postmates, DoorDash, any gig work driver will eventually come across one of these things, most likely multiple. And that's where Kover comes in. Starting at $7 a month, Kover is here to assist in all of these scenarios and then some. Kover is making it their mission to be there for drivers when the government and the companies themselves are not there for their drivers. When it comes to these situations, Kover actually can help you if you do DoorDash, Instacart, Postmates, Grubhub, Uber, Shipt, Lyft, Caviar, Amazon Flex, and more. And the great thing is, whether you do a few of these services or all of these services, Kover will assist you equally across the entire board. I've spoken to the people at Kover several times personally. They seem to be very outstanding people, and I like what they are offering. When the pandemic hit, a lot of Uber drivers found themselves out of work and out of options. The industry had dried up, they couldn't do anything, and most drivers were scared and they didn't know what to do. Many of those drivers are still scared. For those drivers, Kover is here to help in all the situations and insist in other scenarios where they aren't thinking about it. Consider giving Kover a try. Go to kover.ai for more information. And as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.